I lost tens of thousands of dollars due to a lot of things that have happened in the economy recently. Today I'll be exposing my exact net worth at age 35 to see if I'll ever be able to retire or if I'll be forced to work a 9-to-5 for the rest of my life. Finance experts say that by the time you look to retire, you should have about 10 times your annual salary saved up. And for me, that would amount to about $1.4 million. As a spoiler alert, that's not even close to being on my radar. And I'm sure, just like many other people, I would love to retire from the workforce as soon as possible. But after personally losing a small fortune due to the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and FTX, I'm going to reevaluate my net worth by showing you exactly how much I lost and where I stand today financially. Now, people have different definitions of what net worth means. So to clear things up, the easiest way to explain net worth is it's a total of everything a person owns versus what they owe. So I'll be adding up the value of everything I own, which are things like what's in my checking, savings, and investment accounts, and then subtracting the total of everything I owe, which will be in things like mortgages, credit card balances, and student loans. The first thing I want to look at that I own are my vehicles, which I have two. One of them being a 2015 Kia Optima. Checking the value of this car on a site called Kelley Blue Book, it looks like it's currently worth about $9,800. The other vehicle is my 2008 Kawasaki Ninja, which is currently valued at about $6,880. So for both of my vehicles combined, it's a total of $16,680 if I was to sell them for their estimated value. The next thing we'll walk through will be what I have in different checkings and savings accounts. In my personal checking account right now, I have a balance of $5,175. I do also have a business where I earn income from different side hustles, and in that account, I have $11,623. Now this is where things started to go south for me, so stick with me here. A while back, I started learning about investing, and through my research, it seemed like a necessity to build your net worth and have a successful retirement. See, the idea is that because the stock market historically grows on average between 7 to 11% year over year, the earlier you begin to invest money and the more money you invest, the more that money will grow for the future. So for example, if you invested $1,000 and it earned 10% in a year, which would be $100, you would then have $1,100. Then the next year you also earn 10% on your now $1,100, which would be $110. Your new total now would be $1,210. Now, if this 10% growth pattern continued every year for the next 30 years, your original $1,000 investment would now be worth $17,449.40. So understanding that was a possibility, I started putting some of my money into the stock market toward companies like Disney, Google, and Tesla. And to date, I have $28,041 invested in different stocks. Now, it's no secret that the past couple years has been a struggle for the stock market. But the way I like to think of it is we have a chance to buy into these otherwise expensive company stocks for cheap while the market is down. Then once the value of those stocks go back up, our investment would also grow at an unmatched pace. Additionally, some companies even offer something called dividends, meaning that they would pay you a small percentage of your investment on a regular basis just for investing in their company. And in dividends over the past year, I've earned $780 for doing absolutely nothing. And if you might be interested in investing in the stock market or earning dividends, I use the app Robinhood, which is super simple, even for beginner investors. And if you sign up using my link below, they'll gift you a free stock valued between $5 and $200. So at this point, everything was going well for me. My net worth was starting to grow from my investments, and I was starting to see a clearer path to retirement. But the world of investing led me to the biggest financial mistake I'd ever made. I started looking into what is probably the most popular investment trend known to mankind: cryptocurrency. It seemed like people were waking up to millions every day with these digital coins. So a couple years back, I started putting an irresponsible amount of money towards crypto. And whenever I would buy crypto, I would place it in an account where it would grow at an incredibly high rate every month. Kind of similar to the stock market example I gave you earlier, this concept would be the same, but was speculated to grow at a much faster pace. And for a while, things were going exactly according to plan. Until this happened.
$150 billion. In 3 days, that's how much the world's 15 largest cryptocurrencies lost in market value. It's because of the crypto exchange platform FTX. The fall of FTX has sent shockwaves through the cryptocurrency industry.
The account that I would place my crypto in was with a company called BlockFi. And if you haven't heard, last November, BlockFi went bankrupt. Now, I'm not an economist, so I don't fully understand how all this works, but from my research, BlockFi had hundreds of millions of dollars tied up in a cryptocurrency exchange called FTX that collapsed in November of 2022. And that collapse of FTX played a major part in BlockFi filing for bankruptcy around that same time. And as a BlockFi customer, I no longer have access to make any transactions or withdraw the money that's in my account right now, which is tens of thousands of dollars. Now, when I found out this news, I was in a panic trying to figure out how I could get my money back. And I recently came across an article that gave me a glimmer of hope that I might be able to recover my funds. But not long after reading this article, this news came out.
SVB, the 16th largest bank in the U.S. with $175 billion in deposits, is now the biggest American bank to fail since the 2008 financial crisis.
Silicon Valley Bank was best known for funding technology startups. And this bank collapsed on March 10th of 2023. And amongst the companies that were exposed by the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank is none other than BlockFi, to the tune of $227 million. Again, I'm no financial expert, so I don't know what this means exactly. But from my personal experience and in my personal opinion, I can kind of guess the likelihood of me ever seeing my money again.
What do you think is going to happen to all the customers here? Do you think they're going to ever get their money back?
Unfortunately, I don't think they will.
So effectively, at this point in time, I just lost $36,842 that I had sitting with BlockFi. And at the age of 35, I took a hit that I could ill afford if I want to have enough of a net worth to even think about retiring in the future. But thankfully, I listened to the financial advice of people like Dave Ramsey, and I happened to invest some of my money in other places, which really saved my ass. I own a couple of accounts that are specifically to set aside money to retire, meaning that the money in those accounts should not be touched until I reach the age of retirement. One of those accounts is called a 401k, which I invest in through my current employer, and that account currently has a balance of $13,765. The other account that I own is referred to as an IRA, which is short for Individual Retirement Account. And from investing in that over the years, that account has grown to $129,027. Now, if you're unfamiliar with any of these types of investment tools, I wouldn't worry because I didn't know what they were either up until a few years ago. If you want to learn more about how to manage money like I did, I would recommend checking out a title called The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. And you can get this audiobook among many others completely for free with Audible if you sign up using my link in the description below. With my retirement funds now accounted for, that brings my total net worth to $204,311. This is still nowhere near where I need to be, but the final piece of my assets is in something that I feel is the safest place to invest your money for the future, and that's real estate. I currently live near Austin, Texas, and I bought my primary residence back in 2019. At that time, I paid $241,000 for this 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. Today, this house is estimated to be valued around $390,000. The other property I invested in is being used as a rental property and is currently occupied with a tenant. I bought the house last year for $116,500, and it's now being valued around $120,000. And that sums up everything that I own. So now let's take a look at the debts that I owe. And I'm fortunate enough to say that I don't have any debts to my name. I was able to pay cash or pay off both of my vehicles, both properties, and I don't have any student loans or credit card debt. And to be able to do this, it took a ton of hard work, but it all started with me learning how to manage my finances. So with all the numbers that we walked through, My overall total net worth as of today sits at $714,311. That's about halfway to the rule of thumb goal that I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I should have saved for me to retire. And this year, I plan to continue finding more ways to add to my total net worth. So if you're on a similar journey, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep each other motivated. And if you want to learn about different ways to add to your net worth right now, check out this video where I break down all my streams of monthly income.